What's up, guys? I figured it'd be fun to kind of talk to you guys about my bear hunting experience last year. So I really wanted to hunt a bear in Colorado. It's been like a goal of mine for years. Been trying to do it, but I didn't know where to go. I didn't have the resources. I didn't want to just drive out here and wander around the woods for a couple of days and with just no setting at all, no understanding of the terrain or anything like that. So I put it off until I was able to move out here. Perfect. So last year I got an out-of-state or non-resident bear hunting license, which is like $100. In residence, like $50 now. So if you guys want to hunt bears out here, you can come out for $100. But anyways, so I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, and before I moved here, I decided I was going to buy a 300 Win Mag, which is a good caliber. I love that caliber, and I figured I'd get a rifle that I could use for everything and just kind of set it from there. Well, I picked up for all those who think I do cheap suspensions and stuff, I picked up a Bergara 300 Win Mag, great rifle, really good setup. I'll show you what it looks like here. It's right around $1,000, but I thought it'd be perfect. My biggest complaint with that was it's got a 26-inch barrel. Plus, adding a muzzle brake onto that puts you right around 28 inches in the barrel alone. So the overall length of the barrel, the rifle itself, was probably 48 inches at least. Needless to say, it looked like I was running around with a freaking whip radio antenna in the back of my backpack. So it was absolutely horrible. The first couple weekends, I drove out basically 4 hours west in the state, went out closer to Grand Junction, and basically tried to wander around, not knowing anything of what I was doing and just kind of wander around aimlessly. Needless to say, it didn't work out very well. It was a lot more congested than I thought it was going to be. I literally thought it was going to go something like this. I'd find a good mountain, post up, scout out, basically scan, bino around, and see something that was like 1,000 yards away or something like that, and then get as close to it as possible and take a shot. I figured that's how it was. You could just see forever, and it was just all open space, basically. Woods and stuff here and there, but not like super congested. I'll insert a picture of here of what I exactly found out. So I'll show you a quick clip of where I ended up bear hunting and what it ended up looking like. Not anything like I thought it was going to be at all. So needless to say, finally went out with another buddy. He kind of took me around, showed me the ropes and everything. We kind of went out, and I got a better feel of exactly how it was going to be. Obviously, the whole state's a little bit different, and things change. But at the end of that, so let me add a little bit more. So I had the Bergara, and then I tossed on a Vortex scope, which I'll show you here. It was another $700 or something like that. So I'm running around the woods with like this $1,800 setup, which isn't a big deal. I mean, you spend money on, it's the most important part of the hunting expedition, your hardware. So I was running around with this setup, but at the end of the day, I was just banging the trees, rifle way too big, and it was a disaster. I had coming from Texas, like deer hunting in a stand, to this, complete different. I just wasted a lot of time. And not just that, I decided this is the pack I wanted to use. So let me show you real quick. So I went out, because I figured, hey, I don't want to spend too much money. I want to figure this out. I got this Alice pack. I'm thinking, first time out, spend $100. It was actually like $70, and only because it was a bigger one. The standard ones are a little bit cheaper, but spent $80 on this Alice pack. I got a lot of weight in it right now because I've been using it to train for this next season. But anyways, I decided this Alice pack was going to be perfect for hunting out and going out on the bear hunts, on my bear hunt. So this aside, I mean, you could obviously use this. It'll work out perfect. I tossed a bunch of stuff in here. Needless to say, my setup, my first setup is going to be a lot different than my second setup. So this is my training pack now. It's kind of like those guys who train with a lot heavier bikes on road marathons than they actually use in the race. They use a lighter bike. So now this is my training pack. So I basically try and do a run once a week with this. It's probably about 40 pounds right now. Add some more weight as I go, and just kind of get myself in shape, because if you come out to Colorado thinking you can do this without coming and being in shape, you're an idiot. You'll get smoked. It sucks. So just come out and be in shape. So anyways, that was my first pack. That was my first rifle. This is how I'm going out this year. So I don't have the pack yet. I'm kind of debating between Eberly stock. I like the company. I like the roots of it. I was prior service, so I like where they come from. They have a lot of fact packs. for forward air controllers. So you can put radios in and stuff like that. They make really good equipment. So I'm thinking about doing that, but I also like the Mystery Ranch and the Kafari, I think it's called. Kafari so far has been my favorite one. It's also like 800 bucks, but a good pack goes a long way, especially when you're camping out and stuff like that. My goal this year is to find see which I can get drawn for first. And then second of all, I want to literally just go out there for days and just camp out and kind of ruck around and stuff. So at the very least, if you don't get anything, at least you get to spend time in the woods, and that's always fun. So here's my setup this year. So this year, this is going to be my bear gun. This is actually from Shay's dad, so I really appreciate it. Right here, 30-30 lever action. I think this caliber is taking out more bears than any other. I could just be making up shit. But this by far, this is a Winchester Model 94 30-30, and this is going to be my bear gun. Hopefully I can get a bear with this year. My first animal that I ever took down was that, I think it was 14-point deer. I'll show you a picture of it here. But I got that with an M1 Garand, and I was really happy with that. I really wanted to get it with the M1 Garand iron sights. I didn't even know how many points it had. I just knew it looked legal. And then I walked up on it and it was actually an amazing deer. But anyways, so 30-30 right here. This is my bear gun. I'm really pumped and I'm excited and I'm hoping I get lucky this year. But this will be so much easier to run around in the woods with. Smaller, lighter, and it's just a really good caliber. So that's my bear gun. Again, still debating on the pack. Pretty sure I know what I'm gonna do with binoculars. So I kind of have that set up. But this right here is what I'm thinking for my, if I can get drawn for deer and elk, this is what I'm gonna use over here. So I'm gonna set this aside real quick. And again, I'm looking for opinions, you know, helpful hints. If you guys have packs that work, if you guys have, I'm looking at some Danner boots that I think will work really well. But again, just getting some solid gear because again, I learned a lot last year, went out there, I did the whole total noob thing, ran around and got my feet wet. And I think it was a good start. I think it's just like building a rig, you know, take it out stock first and then build it up from there. That's how I like to do things. That's exactly what I did. Now the mountains are very humbling, so you can be running around there and things will suck real quick. So you gotta be careful what you just test and tune with. So things are a little bit different. This right here is my rifle for this year. If you guys are interested in this bag, it's a pull-out bag that turns into a mat. It's really badass. I found them a while back on Amazon and I love them. It's awesome. If you guys are interested in that, I'll put the link below for you. But here is what I'm going with this year. Just a good old solid Remington 700. This is in 6.5 Creedmoor. I actually got this, and it's kind of a funny story because I hate dicks. Absolutely hate dicks. Can't stand what they stand for. You know, I don't like shopping there, but I found out that they were basically giving away a bunch of rifles because they were selling all their stuff. And I was like, you know what? As much as I don't like something, I will take advantage of a good deal. So this rifle right here is got the heavy VTR barrel, 24-inch threaded on the end. With this VTR stock, it's not free floating or anything, so I'm gonna replace the stock. But to have a 24-inch heavy threaded barrel with the Remington 700 platform, this was $400. Usually they're like $500-600 bucks, so I feel like I got a steal with that. And again, at Dick's, if you want to give away rifles, I will take them rather than you burning them or incinerating them or destroying them or whatever else you want to get and do. So there you go, 6.5 Creedmoor. I'm not going to show you that it's cleared because I've already cleared it, and I hate when people do that. But that is my rifle setup. Now, again, I went from running around in like a $1,700 setup that I was just beating the shit out of in the woods, which again, there's nothing wrong with that, but I didn't like what I was doing, and my setup was way too long. So I think I'm gonna go with the Magpul Hunter stock with this. If you guys have any experience with that, let me know. I also like the Hogue Police stock that they sell. Either way, get a free floating stock on here, something a little bit better, but I think I'm leaning towards that Magpul free floating stock. Another thing that I've done right now is I literally went online and going from what I was doing, like I said, I was beating my rifle and the scope up on the trees and everything. I wasn't worried about the vortex staying true, but I didn't like the fact that I was kind of just beating it up as much. So I wanted to just get something basic. So right now, I literally went online and I searched for best scope under $100 bucks. Now, I'm not gonna hunt with this scope, but I just wanted kind of a beater to take out in the woods and just kind of practice with. And so I tossed on this, it's a CV Life 6-24 by 50, just a cheap ass scope. And I'm gonna use that to get this sighted in. And then I'm gonna put another Vortex on it, but I think I'm gonna use the Crossfire. I think it is. It's about $300 range, so half of what I spent last time. Again, just because I'm kind of in the buy once, cry once mentality, and I like to just dive in and spend too much money. And so I didn't want to do that again with my hunting setup. So I want to get a long range setup, completely set up that completely different. I'll probably just buy the Bagara setup again because it was great. I'll show you a clip right here of the grouping. Shoots way better than I can, and it shot really good. So I'll show you a picture of that. But I want to get a hunting setup that just doesn't break the bank, and I can just go out there and know it's going to stay true, and not worry about beating it against a tree either. So I'm going to kind of downgrade a little bit from what I took out last year. So I'll toss on a Vortex scope again, but for now I really just wanted a cheap scope that I could just toss on anything and just kind of have something around to sight things in and just kind of break in a barrel. I like to break in my barrel. So again, that's why I bought this. So it's on here temporarily. I didn't have a cheap scope, so I just wanted something that I could move around a bit. So anyways, have that on there for right now, but that won't stay on. Plus it's got these stupid super high rings that it came with that you can see through, which is great if it was like on the 30-30, but for this it's really stupid because you can't even put your cheek on the cheek weld. But anyway, that's the setup for now. Ignore the scope because again, I just have that on temporarily. But this rifle right here is what I'm hoping to use for deer and elk. If you have any opinions on that, I'm always open. Everyone has their own opinions on best calibers, but I think this will work great. I almost got the 308 in this same rifle. It was a 20-inch barrel, and I think that would have been awesome as well. But I've used the 6.5 Creedmoor before on another Bagara I had the 6.5 from Bass Pro, which sells a 24-inch barrel versus everyone else selling the 20-inch barrel. So if you're looking for a 6.5 Creedmoor in Bagara, you can get it at Bass Pro and it comes with a 24-inch barrel. Quick side note. So anyways, I like Bagara. I like Remington. Those are my brands that I stick with, kind of like Toyota, Jeep, and Chevy. Some people like Savage, some people like Ford. I try not to sit with them at dinner tables, but you know, it happens sometimes. But anyway, that's my setup for this year. I'm gonna get a 300 Win Mag, and I'll either get a Remington 700 Police or just get the Bagara again. But I did want to have just a good solid hunting rifle for this year, so this is what I'm going to use. So again, I thought it'd be fun to share that with you guys. If you guys have any questions, comments, improvements, gear recommendations, I'm all for it. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really pumped to get out this year. We'll see what the draw comes in. I put in for bear over near Grand Junction. I put in for deer over here, and I put in for elk basically southwest of Breckenridge. We'll see what happens. Hope I get at least one thing. I just want to put meat in the fridge, especially times like this. People always ask, why do you like to go hunting? And hunters are like, because sometimes you can't go to the store and get food. And this is exactly one of those points where it just proves. So again, just looking forward to stuff. If you guys have any questions, comments, I appreciate it always, and I'll respond. And if you're interested in stuff like this, I'll post more of these videos, and I appreciate it again. And we'll see you on the trails or in the woods. Thanks, guys.